Fighter definitely fought against everything, all the negativity, all the things. Fighter 2, I really hope so. And I hope that my character also somehow miraculously comes back.
आज की सबसे बड़ी खबर ये है कि अक्षय ओबरॉय हमारे साथ जुड़ गए हैं. हाय अक्षय, हाउ आर यू?
I'm good, Gorika. How are you?
I am great. So how's everything? How is the industry treating you? How are fans treating you?
The industry treating me. Wow, no one's ever asked me that. The industry treating me all right. It's been the industry is a hard place to please, and I'm happy that slowly over time, with patience and perseverance, I'm finally getting, somewhere in the industry and getting the sort of respect and what I wanted. I always wanted to be known as a good actor. I didn't really want anything else, and I think slowly over time, I'm establishing that. So that's a nice thing. Fans have been really lovely. I mean, especially after Fighter, the kind of
Hmm.
response that I'm getting, even when I go out to a restaurant, it's just nothing feels better than that. I also realized the impact of commercial cinema. For so long, I've been this sort of indie actor who did, we joke around and call them Garib films, because they're like low budget movies.
Broken News 2, season 2, I mean, you're getting all the love from your fans again. And so, how was the whole experience like, working with Sonali Bendre, Shreya, and Jaideep, and everybody?
Vinay Vaikul, the director of the show, and I have worked together before on a show called Test Case. So collaborating with people you've already worked with once it makes life a lot easier. Because usually in films we don't have time. We don't have
Hmm.
time to for us to get to know each other. It's like you sign something and you start shooting it, and you have look tests. The director's busy working on all the other pre-prod stuff. You don't really get to know each other well. It's like the third or fourth day of set where you start to feel comfortable. The director starts to understand you. You start to understand the director. So when you already have that in place and you've already worked together, it makes life just so much easier. So collaborating with Vinay or re-collaborating with him again was really cool. And of course, I mean, Sonali Bendre, like I joke around and call her the pan-India national crush, because she was she's
Yeah.
everyone's today, she was everyone's back then. She was certainly mine. So very cool experience to work with her. Shreya, she's a contemporary. I would guess we started our careers around the same time. She faces the same things that I face because we're in the same sort of generation of actors. That there is an inherent comfort there because we don't need to explain much to each other. You kind of get each other's perspectives because you're walking the same path. Jaideep and I unfortunately have to work in this show together. There's not a single scene of us together. That is very unfortunate, but a great talent and just glad to be associated with him.
Wow, so that's so great. So fans really want to know that is there Fighter 2 coming, and how has your life changed after the film?
Um, Fighter 2, I really hope so. And I hope that my character also somehow miraculously comes back. I don't know how that'll happen. But regardless, I think that the film got a lot of love over time, as it came out
Yeah.
into the OTT and as people talked about it more and more and more, it really shows, that's the true metric of a film being liked, a film that didn't just kill it on the box office opening weekend, but lasted 5.5, 6 weeks in the theaters, then got so much love on OTT. That's
Yeah.
that's how you measure a film, by the legs that it has. And Fighter definitely fought against everything, all the negativity, all the things it like. And I know it's genuinely because audience is very, and rightly so. It's a paying audience. The audience can be very
Hmm.
harsh. If they don't like a film,
Yeah.
they tell you to your face. I've been in a lot of movies. It's not like अच्छा तेरी film है तो हम नहीं बोलेंगे. They'll tell you तेरा काम अच्छा था but film boring है. Audience is very
Yeah.
straightforward. So anyone I have met, there's such wonderful things to say about the film, and I think that film deserves a sequel because to me, it pushed the boundaries of cinema. I'll tell you how. That VFX that we saw in Fighter for India, it's just like some of the, and I'm a fan of Indian cinema. So to see Indian cinema being pushed to that level, where we have that level of VFX, where actors को खुद को याद नहीं है कि वो real shot था या VFX
Yeah.
shot है,
Yeah.
is like that's path breaking. So it deserves to have a Fighter 2. And but that's up to Sid, that's up to Viacom, that's up to Mamta, not so much up to me. But I would hope for the film's sake that there's a sequel. And how's my life changed?
Yeah.
Largely because I've been working for so many years where people are like, "Isko kahin dekha hai,
देखा
familiar
है.
lagta hai, aap actor ho na?" and then
Right.
they'll confuse me with some other actor and say कि आप उसमें थे.
Hmm.
And these days so I just say yeah मैं उसमें था. But post fighter they know अच्छा you're Akshay Oberoi who was Bash in Fighter. And man, I cannot tell you that feeling, especially when you work so hard for it. Like, things didn't come to me on a platter in this industry. I have
Right.
slowly just kept at it, like, and
Hmm.
and so I really value it. I really value it. Like, I value sitting here talking to you. I value when someone comes up to me for a selfie. You know, all these things I have tremendous value for because I've worked so hard to achieve them.
So I went for Kori Prem Katha ke interviews, and in the poster I could see you. मैंने कहा, oh my god, that's Akshay. And see, everybody could recognize you. You were not there at the event, but
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, oh my god, so many projects you are doing, and back-to-back projects are there. So now, Akshay, the focus is on quality or the quantity, and now how selective have you become with your project and with the choosing process?
As you say that, I'm going to answer you very truthfully because I don't know anything else. I don't know how to lie.
Hmm.
So I'm going to answer you very truthfully. I don't know how to strategize a career. I really don't. I think some people do. I do not. The only thing I know how to do is to get better every single day and to work with great people. That's the only thing I know how to do. So for me, that will continue to be the way I approach stuff. So I'm not necessarily going to be. I don't even know what selective means. What is selective? Like, I I I need to get better. And the only way to get better as an actor is to keep working. Because
Hmm.
acting is such a weird craft. It's not like singing where I can get up every day and sing for 6 hours and practice and do riyas, or dance in front of a mirror and work on my skills as a dancer. The only
Yeah.
way I can work on acting is to work with other actors, is to have a camera, is to have lights, is to have a director, is to have a script.
Hmm.
So the only way to get better is have a job. So I constantly keep working to keep oiling because look, at the end of the day, I'd rather have a surgeon perform surgery on me who's done 300 surgeries than the guy's like, I'm very selective with my surgeries. So, I would be
I think
kick
it
out.
sums it up very well,
Yeah. So that's the kind of my approach to this whole journey. Just keep getting better every day.
Yeah. So, since OTT has changed things for you, you got recognition in the work. Actually, the hard work did pay off. So, OTT
Mhm.
पर अभी दो सबसे ज़्यादा बड़े projects की बात हो रही है. There's Chamkila and there's Hira Mandi. So, have you watched any of these?
मैंने दोनों देखे.
So, would love to hear your feedback in the review.
Ooh, like, how can I give feedback to Bhansali and Imtiaz Ali? But I'm let me say this. Let me answer your question differently. I attended the screening of both Hira Mandi and Chamkila. That's where I saw
Hmm.
both of these projects. The kind of fanfare, the kind of attention that the media, the fans, the industry gave these projects is a very healthy sign for the future of OTT. Because
Hmm.
somewhere people have been saying, "Acha, the OTT bubble has burst. This has happened. That is," but when big filmmakers like that tie up with these platforms and put these big, I think Hira Mandi's budget, whatever, is probably bigger. So I'm not saying like huge budget for both, but put
Yeah.
a sizable amount of money and muscle behind projects. It's a good sign for all of us. It's a good sign for the future of the networks and platforms sanctioning more films and more series of that scale. And the second you start doing that is when the world pays attention. So with Hira
Hmm.
Mandi, the reason why there's this LA premiere and how New York Times has covered it, and it's the money and the muscle behind it. And you need big
Yeah.
filmmakers to agree to work with these platforms to keep growing the popularity of them. So it's all a
Hmm.
symbiotic relationship. It's a very healthy thing that has happened. And I'm also really glad that people are watching it in the numbers they're watching it at.
Right. So, fans really want to know that why you call Jackie Shroff as your best co-star.
He's such a wonderful person, Gorega. Like, he's so lovely. He's a superstar. Like, I was working with him and we were shooting in this like tiny remote village in Gujarat, where I know
Hmm.
that some of our biggest stars, you don't have that reach, because to penetrate into those markets, very difficult.
Yeah.
But for them, Jackie Shroff, Anil Kapoor, Sunny Deol, these are stars. So the kind of fan, like, you go through an airport with him and you see how people react. Um,
Yeah.
at
Jackie
the end
Dada.
of Jackie Dada, there's a love pouring out of every corner for him. So somewhere people are attracted to his goodness, and he takes himself so non-seriously. You know what I mean? He's not like, मैं बड़ा
Hmm.
star. You tell him कि budget नहीं है, आप vanity छोटा कर दो, कोई नहीं. You tell him कि ये
Okay.
problem
Wow.
यहाँ घर में करना है. Let me give you another example. He had to do um, he had to fall in a shot. Okay, like he gets punched, and he has to fall
Yeah.
in that shot. The way he has fallen, take for take. I don't know how old he is. I mean, 60 something, but take for take, he has hit and we're shooting on the Registan of like Bhuj. The way he has fallen on that desert, take for take, and he'd say, like, you want one more, you want one more. I mean, I have nothing but love, respect, and he's a complete inspiration, in fact.
Has he gifted the little plant to you, which
Yes.
he always has it?
But
Who's
he's the kind of
inspired?
man that I told him, I like your shirt. मेरे घर पे 5 शर्ट आए, वही उसी टाइप के,
Oh,
अलग कलर में.
wow. Tell him I like Tiger Shroff.
वो टाइगर को
Maybe
भेज
you
देगा घर
Tiger
पे.
could come at my place.
Are you a Tiger fan?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well,
Yeah.
let's see what we can do.
Yeah, so one more thing, Sunny Sanskari ki Tulsi Kumari, there's a lot of buzz, and you are also, there, the project. People are not, aware ki kya hone wala hai, what's the role like, and how did you get the offer? How was your reaction to it? Just, can we get the scoop?
After Fighter, I was meeting a lot of people, and I happened to meet Shashank Khaitan, and
Yeah.
the destiny had its own way, and a couple of weeks later, he asked me to do this gig in the film, and I jumped at it because working, as I said, the only two things in my hand is to get better every day and to work with great people. And who
Yeah.
in this industry is greater than Shashank Khaitan and Karan Johar? So to work with them was a very exciting thing. And Yeah, I jumped at it. I'm very excited to be in it. I haven't done films like these, which get a lot of attention and a lot of eyeballs, and the songs are played everywhere. I
Yeah.
guess Fighter was the first one that I was sort of a part of that had that kind of muscle and push behind it. And I'm just hungry to be seen. Like, I just want to be seen. Like, I'm such a hungry actor. I don't get caught up in how big is my part and how big is this and how big is that. I'm not in denial of where I stand in the industry. I have a very clear understanding of where I stand. I'm not in denial as to where I stand in the industry, and it's a great opportunity to be seen. The film will release on a lot of screens. Varun Dhawan and Janvi have a lot of fans, so I'm just excited to be a part of this big mega project.
So how's the shooting like? Has it started? Yeah.
Started for them a couple of days ago. Mine starts next week. So I
Oh,
haven't
wow.
started shooting, but I will start very, very soon.
Okay, and one more thing, people would want to know that would you ever like to be a part of any reality show? I mean, as in Big Boss or maybe Khatro and no?
No, I'm a hardcore actor. I
Yeah.
don't. And the only way to continue being that is to not see. If I was a star or if I was
Hmm.
a personality, maybe, sure, because people want to see more of that. People want to see
Yeah.
more of my personality. That's what I sell you. I sell you my personality. But my core business is not that. My core business is acting, is to inhabit other people. So the day that I go on a reality TV show and say, this is who I am, it takes away the mystery of my performances. It takes away the attention on my performances.
Hmm.
So that's my take on it. No, this thing about anybody who chooses to do that. You have to do
Yeah.
what drives your dhanda. So मैं बेचता हूँ, कोई ज्वेलरी बेचता है, कोई ये करता है, सब अलग अलग काम करते हैं, और मैं एक्टिंग बेचता हूँ. So I can't sell you my personality. I can't sell you because मेरा धंधा बंद हो जाएगा. So I don't want that. So that's the reason why I would not join any of these.
Okay, and one message you have for your fans.
A message I have for my fans. Well, just thanks for being my fan. Thanks for watching me. It means a lot to
And
me. It's taken me a long time to gain any kind of fandom. And I love you and I have a lot of respect for you and thank you.
okay, thank you so much, Akshay. It was lovely talking to you, and I wish you all the very best. आप छा चुके हैं already, और आप आगे भी छाने वाले हैं. And wishing you all the love, all the luck. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.